involve control over the money. Controlling the victim with money. Economic abuse is what they call that. It is a form of domestic violence. Hang on. Okay, so these are the ABA standards, and here's what you're supposed to do. Here's what you're supposed to do if you're a prosecutor. Don't file charges against somebody you don't think you can get a conviction against, and you have to have probable cause. These are based on the Constitution, Fourth Amendment, 14th Amendment, due process, all of that, equal protection, 14th Amendment, the right to, against illegal search and seizure, civil rights, and you have an obligation per ABA rules, per the Constitution, Brady rules, to collect and preserve all evidence. So, it's just flat out prosecutorial misconduct if you can't seem to do your job right. But this is due diligence. Make sure you are not factually ignorant. Make sure you have all the facts. So you have, they have training programs on Brady. This is ABA rules. We're having to show this because, we have problems with that. Where Mr. Perry is concerned, you have a lot of prosecutorial misconduct or questionable conduct for sure, ethics violations and such. And this is. There you go. So there you go. This is not hard. I can read. Can't you guys read? Alright, so we got. Hang on. Alright, this is Oklahoma City Police Department's website. And you see a lot more on the news of them arresting human traffickers than you do in Tulsa. So, I don't know why that is. But they have. Hang on. Human trafficking is a forced servitude of one person by another for a specific purpose. The purpose can be as a laborer or to work in the sex industry. The sex industry includes strip clubs, massage parlors, escorts, and prostitution. And human trafficking, the trafficker holds some type of control over the victim. This control can be through the withholding of passports or identity documents, money needed for medications or narcotics or anything, food, deprivation of food and shelter with intent to coerce is Mr. Perry's problem, or threat of bodily harm. There are age specifications where the victim is presumed to have been trafficked and is a per se trafficking victim. So I'm 54. Why are you trying to traffic me? I don't fit victimology at all, unless you want to shut me up, because I'm right. Why would a prosecutor do misconduct wherever you're concerned? All the time, no matter where it is. Here we see prosecutorial misconduct, unethical conduct, somebody who's normally moral, all of a sudden they're immoral in the manner of which they conduct their job if you're around. How much are you paying these guys? You're either paying them or you're not. You've either trafficked me or you haven't. So I've said no. You've tried to deprive me of food and shelter, intending to coerce. You've tried to take my driver's license to get a passport. You forged a marriage license in 2019, Chief Miller told me. He asked me if I signed it, and I was like, no. Why would I sign that? I fucking hate that guy. I moved 2 times to get away from him. So, no. And he said, I thought it didn't look like your signature. I thought it looked like a forgery. Well, yeah, he didn't have it with him. Believe me, I'd love to see it. I've not seen it. If someone has a copy of it and they show me, watch Perry shit himself. And you've told people we're engaged, and on what planet would that be? There's not even been a date. There will never be a date. So you're not my kind. You're not even close to, you don't fit into my crowd at all. You're not my cup of tea. So I don't do peeping Tom. I don't do creepster guy. I don't do weirdo. I don't do canned food. I don't do alleged cop killer, child rapist. This is not my thing. It is different when you do this to me. How many times were you caught before you did the crime to me, and how many times were you caught after? I want those numbers. Aren't you an accountant? Can't you add? Did you forget how to add with your Huntington's disease? I mean, come on. So there's that. Hang on. Okay, here's domestic violence. It is a pattern of behavior in any relationship that is used to gain or maintain power and control over an intimate partner. Now, in this situation, it's imagined. I don't feel anything for Perry but deep disgust. It absolutely doesn't go both ways. There's nothing reciprocated. He's got something in his head. It doesn't exist in my head at all. Completely two different, just whack job and not whack job. Okay, we got here economic abuse. Is a form of abuse when one intimate partner has control over the other partner's access to economic resources, which diminishes the victim's capacity to support themselves or forces them to depend on the perpetrator financially. So what did he tell some guy when he said, "Why are you doing this to her?" And he said, "I just need her to see that she needs me. So I'm going to be the villain and make her go broke so she has no choice but to call me, and then I can control the money. I can control her with money." Stalking is about control. Human trafficking is about control. You got a man who's pathetic and he has mommy issues and he likes to beat down women to feel tough. That's basically what that is. Basically what that is. If you did this and my granddad was still alive, and this was back years ago, he would have literally taken you behind the shed and beat the fuck out of you till you were manned up. Because any man that can't take no and move the fuck on like the rest of us, you are pathetic and you're a pussy. And you don't beat down women and abuse women and children and think that makes you tough. It makes you weak. It makes you pathetic. It makes you a pussy. If you got a problem with that, you know where I am. I'm happy to show you what a pussy you are. You're not going to get near me and try to kill me or kidnap me without getting the fuck beat out of you. And I've told you that over and over and over, and I'm not kidding. You stay away from me. I went through a lot of trouble, Mr. Perry, to move 2 times to get as far away from you as I could get and never have to hear your name again. I'm same as that guy. If we could have one day where we don't have to hear that bitch's name even one more time, it would be a good day finally. Not one more time where we got to listen to him whine and whine and whine about what he needs and how he wants, and I just need a lie, and I just need you to cover all this up, and we're all sick of it. Remember, we get the help with information, you get told on, and it's been that way every day, all day long for 10 years. Now your fucking bullshit imagined political vendetta, what is the issue? See, here's the thing. I'm seasoned in politics. I grew up in it. I just showed a picture of President Reagan coming to podunk little bitty Roswell. My granddad was there. My granddad was the power in the town where I grew up. My granddad, he was a dignitary in that town. You didn't grow up like that. I did. He was a police chief, GOP chairman, county treasurer, city councilman. Name is on the front door of the police department where he served as chief to this day. You didn't grow up like that. I grew up like that. As soon as I had Dennis, so that was in 2000. I had my medical business. I think it was my first one. No, it wasn't. Saeed started my first one. So this was after that then. So I had my first one by myself, and we started having problems with Medicare. We start lobbying. That's what you do if you've grown up in politics. You go to your elected official. It's Medicare. It's government. You go. That's where you go. I meet with Heather Wilson. I meet with Gary Johnson. I meet with Lieutenant Bradley, Governor Bradley. I met with a few state guys, but mostly it's federal. I'm meeting with federal guys. Okay, so then I moved to Vegas and I meet with Harry Reid, John Ensign, John Porter, Shelley Berkeley, everybody there. We start talking to congressmen from across the country because it's Medicare, it's federal. I didn't do the little bitty state shit bull. I didn't like it. I didn't like dealing with state. There's one time when I dealt with state. One was the Texas Chiropractors Association, I guess, and I did that with your guy, Ben Campbell, for him. We did a fundraiser for you and John Frullo. And then he lost the client, so we didn't do anything but that. All we did is a fundraiser for you, Mr. Perry, and for John Frullo on behalf of the Texas Chiropractic Association. That's not passing any kind of law, though, is it? It was a fundraiser for you after you got elected. That was all we did. I did State Board of Education. It was a national fucking thing we did. In case you missed that. It was on the national news with Mr. Reeves, Randy Reeves. That's all we did. That's all I did, state-wise. After I lost my son, you'd already started stalking me. I already told people you were stalking me. In New Mexico, I did state reform for kids that are going to a teen rehab facility that is faith-based and pretending to be a church while they abuse kids. They had 2 of them that were on the news for abusing kids and exempt from any oversight because they're church. One was my parents, and the reason I did that is kids that saw what they were doing to my son called me and said, I want help. I'm going to tell you some things about your parents you may not know because you were living in a different state at that time. But here's what they did. They didn't pump the sewer, and we're taking a shower in ankle-deep shit. We're eating food that's moldy. On and on, a list of things they did that horrified everybody. And then CYFD gets involved, and they had one of them shut down. I think they called me after it was shut down. Is when they started calling me. So then we got Tierra Blanca Ranch. Okay, so then I'm talking to CYFD administration. I'm talking to the governor and the lieutenant governor. And basically what it came down is to laws need to change or there's nothing they could do to keep that from happening. They had a death at Tierra Blanca Ranch. So we started working on that. And then I get arrested falsely. And my name is smeared. And I can't do another damn thing for those kids. But there was nothing in Texas. Nothing that was any of your business. Nothing that concerned you at all. You live in a district that's 86% Republican. You cannot get elected in that district if you're not pro-life, pro-protection of marriage, and pro-gun rights, and very conservative. I've been gone from there for 10 years. I don't give a fuck about Lubbock. So what do you matter? You never did. I've been seasoned. I didn't do state legislation. I did federal. After I'm telling people you're stalking me, I did state only to help those kids my parents hurt. Only for them in New Mexico. None of your business. Not your jurisdiction. You don't affect fucking New Mexico. I think you don't know what your legislative duties are, and I think you don't even know what fucking state you legislate in. I think you're as Looney Tune fuck as they get. You live in Lubbock, Texas. That's your jurisdiction. I haven't been there in years. I don't give a fuck what you think about anything. By the way, I'd been in politics all my life. If I needed something, I would have called somebody that knew what they were doing, not you. It sure shit wouldn't have been you. If I called you, it was out of courtesy. You don't move into a neighborhood. You don't move into a neighborhood, the new guy, and think that you need to introduce all the neighbors who've been there for 20 years. You don't. How arrogant. I've been in politics all my life. I didn't need your help with fuck. And you can't pass any laws all by yourself. Why don't you get off your high horse? Get off your high horse. So, here we are 9 years later. Please do tell everybody in your pretend imaginary world where you matter, what is the issue I was so pissed off about that I made up a stalker story, didn't tell anybody for 4 years, certainly didn't go to the media with it, moved, I only told a few people. Or if they asked me because you told them, are you having an affair with him? Why the fuck would I do that? That's not political, is it? Nope, that's personal. Dum-dum. So, only a couple of my close friends knew. Most of them didn't even live in Texas. Then I moved to get away from you. And then you came there and caused a problem there. So I moved here to my home, to my family. And then you come here and you cause a hell of a lot of problems here. What part of that is what you need to do to pass the law in Texas? You tell us. In your little imagination world, why the fuck would I have needed you for fuck? Politically. I helped you get elected. I was there 3 years involved in everything before you pop out and decide to run for shit. I helped you get elected so the cops could get you, you little fuck. Get off your high horse. You're unbelievable. Unbelievable. Your delusion is off the rails. You don't matter. You're in one of the smallest districts in a state where I don't live. And you can't flip it unless you move somebody in from California who has a lot of liberal employees they're bringing in who will vote Democrat. You have to completely change the demographics to flip that spot. And that spot doesn't matter to me at all. Oklahoma's pretty fucking conservative. Do you see me trying to move? And do I live in New York? I don't like Donald Trump because he asked the attorney general in Georgia to lie. And that pissed me the fuck off. You know who I would support, though? Mike Pence. Does this sound like I'm a fucking liberal? But as it turns out, I haven't voted at all because of you since 2012. Because you lie, and you misconstrue, and you bullshit, and you live in some make-believe world, and then you go around asking everybody to lie and cover all that up for you. So this guy was like, one day that I don't have to hear why he needs a lie, and I don't have to hear his name, and I don't have... One day, what I wouldn't give for just one day, where there's no mention at all of Charles Berry. You don't live in Oklahoma. You came here to stalk me. And in order to cover up your stalking, you sold me. Because you think you're going to kidnap me, ship me off to, your Houston compound, where I can't talk to anybody. And you got it all covered up then. But remember, we got it before you did it. I know beforehand, not after. For a reason. I got people helping me that have a hell of a lot of more power in their pinky toe than you will ever have in all your life. Now, why is it you think you're qualified to be governor if you can't think past tying your shoe any better than that? Don't contact me. Don't contact me. I really fucking don't care what you think. It is unbelievable you think I do. No one understands why you think I care what you think. Were you asked, Connie? No. We told you to stop contacting me. So stop. You need to control yourself, is what you need to do. And shut up. Alright, so to put somebody in jail for filing a false police report in retaliation for a job, for a public servant doing his job as anything, senator, dog catcher, whatever it is that you think, what you are, first there's got to be some situation with the job as a senator. Again, what the fuck is the issue? What the hell is the issue? Second of all, the police report has to be proven false and knowingly false. Okay, well, I chapter and verse this already. I'm not going to repeat myself again for you. There's the video. I recorded it so that I don't have to repeat myself. For some mental slow guy with Huntington's disease who can't even think past tying a shoe. Everybody's got to say, we already talked about that. He's already caught on that. Yeah, okay. You want to have me arrested again and I'll see you in court? Fine. Make sure you can afford what happens to you when you do that. Because just right now, we quote you every day. We have your human trafficking code words and names of people on your payroll. Betancourt, Lucius, Calvin, Geppetto, Beverly, Renee, Blankenship, Desiree, Richard, Dickey, Andrew, Lawrence, James, Ruben, Greg, Tim, Larry, Bruce, Oscar. Monique. Who's Monique and where is she right now? Charles. Who's Monique and where is she right now? Tell the court. Mr. Kunzweiler wants to know. He said you go wiggy like a motherfucker every time her name comes up. So right now, tell the fucking court who that is and where is she right now. Stop just wiggling around and acting all nervous. Tell him. Who is that? You're not covering anything up. Not this time. Not this fucking time. So, you don't have probable cause to do what you're trying to do. It's just one more angle. You've tried prostitution by sock. You've tried have Terry give her jewelry, then starve her to death. And when she gets hungry enough, she'll take it to a pawn shop and we'll just say it's stolen jewelry. Well, except it's Walmart shit and the pawn shop won't take it. I had my guys check into that first. Then you try petty theft at work. Everybody knows I didn't steal shit. Amanda, your girl stole it. All these years, I've never been accused of stealing money from Paul. All of a sudden, she's there. She works for you. Here she comes in the middle at 10 o'clock. We never count the money until the end of the night. She comes in at 10 o'clock. I counted the money. It's 200 short. You took it. No, actually, I didn't even open the bag because we heard you guys talking about that. So I just threw the bag on the counter and made you set the money up. Say that one more time, that I stole their money. Do it one more time. Okay? Do it. I dare you. Say it one more time. You prick. Stop the slander. Okay? Stop. Stop lying about me. Stop slandering me. Shut the hell up. Get back to Lubbock. If you want to be governor, go campaign. Go meet your constituents, because I hear they're pissed off that you're never around. And I promise you, this doesn't matter to them. What matters to them is whatever issue they're talking about at the dinner table that you're not around to take care of. Go do your job. And get off your ass and stop sitting around perverting and causing problems in Oklahoma. We don't want you here. Nobody invited you here. Get your head out of delusion. There's no political vendetta, you little fuck. Get off your high horse. I have a whole lot more access to a whole lot more power than you will ever have and than you will ever be. That's why we quote you. You're not quoting us. We're getting the information from your inner circle, and you can't figure out how we do that. So, I don't need you, do I? You don't quote us. You can't name our people. You don't know our code words. So you don't have any power. Not compared to the people helping me. Okay? Stop with your delusion. Because you're ruining people's lives with that. And you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. And we can tell who's on your payroll. They do things that don't even make sense. And we're like, well, they're on the payroll because that didn't even make sense. Not even for them. Yeah, it's not hard to figure out. Mr. Powell said, it never occurred to me she might be telling the truth because he was asked, why did you not test her when she was in your custody? You can get a blood test to see if she has arsenic in her blood or rat poison. Either one. Check it. You didn't check? Well, it never occurred to me she might be telling the truth. Because you're stupid. Because here's the thing. If you do diligence, you check. You don't be factually ignorant. You check into it. You look into it. That's your job as a prosecutor. You look into it. Otherwise it's a prosecutorial misconduct. You got a cop sitting in jail right now, sir, because you didn't do your job. Here's the thing. You don't have a job in Oklahoma. I live in Oklahoma. You're in Lubbock. Go do your job in Lubbock. And leave citizens in Oklahoma the fuck alone. Then you don't have to worry about explaining or lying or, oh God, we got to cover this up. Yeah. I got people helping me that can do their job fine. They can outthink you in their sleep. Run circles around you in their sleep. Think circles around you in their sleep. And they're just appalled. Every time you invade my privacy, every day that you do that, peeping and hacking and bothering about, and you got to tell me what you think. He types it in my phone after we got something today. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was this one. Nope, that was later. We put this out. But, showing the archives, the presidential archives with President Reagan and Roswell. There he was. He's talking about the guy before him who introduced him, said, we're glad he's here. He just almost died. Some whack job stalker tried to kill him. Yeah. Okay. So, we got all that. You see this? Yeah. Little podunk Roswell. Here comes President Reagan. It's part of the presidential archives. Look. It's right here. Anybody can look at it. goes to Roswell.
United States.
There he is, right there, in Roswell. Okay, so after that, somebody got all pissed off because you were going to try to lie about that, or what? How can you lie about that? It's on the presidential archives. Anybody can check it. Did you think you could get them to delete that, or what? What do you think you could do? Okay, so we have all this where they're arguing. He's like, listen, don't blame me. It's his fault. He's stupid. I mean, he knows good and well, because it's been this way for 10 years. He can't evade her privacy. He can't contact her. Both of that is illegal, by the way. And he can't keep taking her money. She can't be broke. All that's illegal. You accuse other people of what you do. You try to frame me for a murder, and that didn't work. You got caught on that. I mean, how many of these did you want to get caught in? At some point, people are going to go, yeah, it's just more Charles Perry making bullshit up, crying wolf. I'm not a criminal. I didn't steal. Let me finish up my thing on Hunter. Okay, so Hunter's working for Joe, and the night that I filed my police report on the 21st is reporting some incident on the 16th. And customers literally told the waitress, did you want to wait till he takes her head off and then do something? We're very uncomfortable with this guy. If it's making us uncomfortable, sure, shit got to be making her uncomfortable. Can you not just make him leave so the rest of us can have a nice night in your establishment? And she said, oh, it's nothing. Oh, blah, blah. And boy, he hit the roof. The customer did. She just made it sound like my comments were just stupid. And I'm sorry, but they're not. And that pissed me off. And I'll never come back here. They clearly don't give a fuck about people's safety. And Hunter saw the text. Hunter said at least he's poetic about his death threats and did not another fucking thing. Now Hunter's where I work now at Sensations. Here's the thing, though, about that. There's speculation, and he should have expected that. There's a couple of different speculations. One is he did that under working for Joe. If the same thing happened while he's working for Paul, he may not handle it like that at all. He may throw the guy out. We don't know. I don't tell Paul shit. Guess what? I have cops helping me. We'll probably never do that again. We've got this. We don't need help. We found out the hard way. Locals of any kind can't be trusted. So don't fucking mess with it. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your energy. And it's going to cause more problems than it fixes. So fuck the locals of anything. We got it. We'll handle it. So we are. I don't tell my boss now. I don't talk to the police. I don't do shit. We're done with that. You taught us not to trust. So we don't. We handle it. I'm fine. I'm alive. Because of the guys helping me. Not anybody local. Not my boss. Here's the thing. You have a legal and moral obligation to exercise due care. And if you can't do that, then we're done. We're done with you. We have no use for you. We're not going to waste our time on you. We're not going to trust you with shit. You're fucked. We'll handle it, and we'll get the credit. Fuck you. So I don't go to my boss. I don't tell him shit. If I absolutely have to tell him because I'm late or something or I can't come, then I'll tell him very little. I no longer go to them and say, can you make that guy leave? I'll handle it. The guys will handle it, and we're done with y'all. That's it. We haven't done it since 2015. Never again will we make that mistake. So, Hunter, but let's just say I did, for argument's sake. Maybe I go to Hunter now when he's got a different boss, and he may handle it altogether different. Maybe Joe really did fire him, and he just got a new job where I work now. The speculation is Joe has him there as a plant. It's speculation. Let Hunter tell us. Hunter can tell us because we're not going to lie. So Hunter can say, here's what happened. Just like that. He can explain it. He should have expected some sort of speculation, though, because it is a little weird that he's worked for Joe like all his life for a long, long, long time, and all of a sudden he's at Sensations where I've worked for 8 years off and on. The only time I wasn't working there is when I moved to Sapulpa. It was like an hour and a half drive, so I worked at Godiva's where Hunter was where David said, yeah, I'm giving you arsenic. Let your life fade away. I can't promise the stalking will end without death and destruction. Now, how the fuck would you take that if it was you? And you're getting sick and throwing up after you're drinking drinks at work. I mean, you tell us, Mr. I'm so smart. Golly. So we don't go to locals. We don't go to local police. We don't go to local boss. We don't go to local shit. I got it. These guys helping me have it. We're quoting you. They're getting some very sensitive information. You think I need anybody else's help? No, I really don't. I really fucking don't. So we don't trust anybody because they've given us every reason in the world not to trust them. The police handed my police report right to the offender and gave me not the time of day at all. So we're not going to give them the time of day from that point on. Don't talk to them. I don't talk to them. If they pull me over and I have to, I'll have a conversation with them like that. Any other way, not going to happen. I don't bother. When I was talking to Marcus Harper, he and I ran into it. We happened to run into each other at a bar. I didn't even know who the fuck he was. He just told me he worked for TPD. We're starting to kind of joke around. Then he told me who he was. And then I Googled him, and then I saw who he's actually a pretty public figure. His wife is a city councilman. But while we were joking, I didn't know who the fuck he was. I'm just talking to a guy in a bar. Just some dude standing there, and we're chatting for like a minute. And he's like, I work for TPD. So, I mean, I didn't even know really who I was talking to. It's just some cop from TPD. I was just making small conversation while we're waiting for somebody. Or he was waiting for somebody, and I was waiting for somebody too. Two different people, though, not the same person that we were waiting on. He was waiting on whoever he was with, and I was waiting on somebody else. So, it wasn't like I sought out TPD and talked to Harper and blah, blah, blah. That's not what happened at all. It was a social setting, and it was a very casual social setting, and it was a very brief conversation, and it was like I didn't know who he was until after the conversation. I think the conversation was almost over, and then he explained who he was. Anyways, and I was like, oh, okay. Otherwise he's just some dude standing there. Okay, so right here is the rules. That's the law. Dum-dum. Can't you follow the law? Can't you follow the law? You can't be governor if you can't follow the law. And the law that you've been asked to follow costs no time and no money and involves just leaving everybody else the fuck alone. Get busy working in Lubbock. Campaign. Go fucking campaign. And get out of Oklahoma and stop bothering us. And stop running around asking everybody to do something you need. I just need you to lie. I just need you to cover up this. And I just need you to just say. And we just need you to just say this and just say that. And some of that backfired on you with my family. Somebody, I guess, on the grand jury or something, didn't think it was cute what you had people say. David thought it would be cute if they got her whole family to gang up on her. Only one of the grand jurors, or maybe more than one, or somebody in the room, said, golly, my family would never be that cold and callous to me. They haven't called her to check on her for 4 years, and her son's more worried about his picture being used to help a cop. A policeman who about died helping his mother than he is how's mom doing? Is she okay? How things going for my mother? Are you all right? Is your life good? Is there anything, I miss you. I can't wait to spend some time with you. Come to Oklahoma and go to lunch or something. Are you doing good? How's school? How's work? None of that. Didn't ask me shit. Never does. But I always get yelled at from my kid about something Charles is pissed off at. See, here's the thing. This doesn't look so good, does it? Alright. This picture shows my son after he was hit 3 times. Everybody went home safe and sound. You can tell he was in a fight. I'm gonna take your car, then she'll call me. I'm gonna put you in jail, then she'll call me. Oh my god. Then she'll want me after I take her car, then she'll want me. No, actually I won't. I'm gonna make you broke. Then she'll want me. I just need her to see that she needs me, so I'm gonna be the villain and hope that then I'll be the hero. I'm sorry, that's not how that works. You can't be governor, dum-dum, if you can't figure that out. You can't be both the villain and the hero. Okay, so, if you'd act like somebody who could think past tying your shoe and go be governor, then you'd be busy and not bothering me. Nobody would be happier than me. Nobody. So if you would please get your ass back to Lubbock and go campaign and try to be governor, no one would love that more than I would, because then you're not bothering me. And that's the whole goal here, is you're not bothering me. Got it? Okay, you want to be a hero? Go fucking to Lubbock and get on my life, and you'll be a hero. Had you got him home, you'd have been a hero then, too. But you didn't want to. Okay, so he has not a mark on him. See? Doesn't look like he was in any kind of fight. Red swollen right hand. Well, it's got an IV needle in it. Might that be why it's red and swollen? Detective Dum Dum, listen, I don't have patience for stupid cops. They need the finger paints and the puppets and the crayons. And I'm like, how did you pass the fucking test to be a cop? There's no way this guy was in a fight. I don't listen to what people say. I look at evidence. I'm looking at him. I don't see a guy that was in a fight. He's accused of beating someone so hard his head came off his body. Back and forth like he was in a car crash. I read the whole file. I read every word the ME said. There's no way he could look like that and do what happened to Chief Miller. Chief Miller and Mike Neely were the only ones that weren't going to be your bitch. And you just couldn't handle that, right? Okay, here's the thing. We're going to get him out. You had your chance. We'll get him out. We've asked the governor to do it. We're going to give him some time. We will get him out. And we'll take the credit. Okay? This guy, my son was all, yelling at me. Not, hi, Mom, how you doing? You having a good day? I love you, miss you. I care about you, blah, blah, blah. None of that. He never does. Never does he do that. He always yells at me about something you told him to yell at me up. Get my picture off there. No. You put it in the public. It's now evidence. I can't alter evidence. Sorry. So the guy was like, I'm upset with her kid. He's an asshole. He's more worried about his picture being used to help this policeman that we can all see couldn't have been in a fight. So, and he was trying to help his mom. The guy's a fucking hero. And that bitch kid is all griping out, Mom, get my picture. Really? Wow. Why would he do that? Would you do that on his own? Or because you pushed him? How often did you talk to my kid? You always want to know if my kids are a leak. Did you tell him something to leak? And the person was like, for 4 years our family never called to check on her? Who the fuck does that? That's cold. That's callous. And that's cruel. So, I don't have anything to do with my family. You want them to talk me into being raped? Well, have Corky talk her and tell her she has to go. She has to leave the state. She doesn't have a choice. She has to go be raped. I didn't see him come running over, so he must have been like, yeah, I don't think so. Do you realize the words? Do you guys hear the words coming out of your mouths? Yeah, because we all do, and we're appalled. Absolutely appalled. I'm angry that kids are getting raped in Houston in a compound, and no one cares. I care. You want to retaliate against me to shut me up. We all get that. You made your point. You want to traffic me to put me in that compound too, to shut me up. We all get that. You made your point. That means I'm right. That means we are right on the money. Our intel's good. And you're as bad, wicked as we say. You either are or you're not. Okay, but everybody's sick and tired of you running around the state of Oklahoma telling people, I just want you to say, we just need this covered up. It's not going to be covered up this time, and I told you that in 2016, did I not? Can you not understand what words mean? We show you every day. You invade my privacy. You contact me at all. Any way, shape, or form. I'm broke. You're fucked. Just like that. That's the way it is. That's just the way it is. These guys are cops. They tend to fuck up criminals. That's just what they do. If you don't like that, get out of here, go to Lubbock, get to work, and leave everybody alone. It's that simple. And you don't have to you don't need anything covered up. You do one thing to cover up something, and then that needs something to cover up that, and then you need something to cover up all that, and then you need something else to cover up that. Now the next thing you know, you've dug quite the deep hole. We're happy to bury you in it, because all you were told to do is leave me the fuck alone. That's it. Cost no time and no money at all. No one's harassing you. You're getting caught harassing me. I won't be trafficked. That's a period. You guys get anywhere near me, trying to kidnap me and force me to go, I'll kick the fuck out of you, and you know that. So now you want to do a false arrest. You can use the justice system and taxpayer money to do that. Mr. Kunzweiler, I'm telling you right now, we know. We know more than you do. We quote you sometimes, don't we? Do you want all that coming out in that court case? I mean, I'm not threatening you what I'm saying is, when you're having a conversation that you know is illegal, and you know police are recording quite a lot of that, why would you keep having those kind of conversations? Just common sense would say maybe you shouldn't do it anymore. So I'm not trying to threaten you, Mr. Kunzweiler. Listen, whatever they do is not my call, and I don't care. What I care about is I want my privacy. I want no more contact with Mr. Perry at all. None of these guys. I'm not going to be trafficked. I don't care who says anything. It's not going to happen. You want to carry out your threat to starve me until I lie. Then I go, well, I told you so. I did say. Did you want more charges against you? You do what you do, princess. You want to piss people off and then we get more information from inside your criminal organization? You do what you do, princess. You live with your choices. And guess what? It's not Mr. Kunzweiler's fault if I find out what you just said. It's your fault. If you want to be governor, take responsibility for your choices. And quit blaming him. He doesn't have any control over it. The guys helping me that got us this, they do. Okay? You take it up with them when they arrest you. See? That's a bigger picture. Where does it look like he was in a fight? Point out for me the injuries that look like he was in a fight. But go ahead, do it. Point out for your grand jury, where's the injuries on Officer Neely that looks like he was in a fight? Knocked out. He was found unconscious and in respiratory distress. Where's the injury that caused that? Oh, there wasn't one. He was drugged, and we said that before anybody else said that. Months before anybody else said that. Cops that are investigating your crime found that. Okay? Tell the grand jury that. And they got that for me in jail. Tell Charles, people who can get that to me in jail, was it up to you? Oh, fuck no, it was not. It was up to me and them. Not TPD, not locals, not my boss. No, up to us. We decided. And nobody asked you what you think because no one cares. I matter. You don't matter. The victims matter, not you. The little kids you get paid when they get raped. That's who matters, not you. Okay? So, you running around Oklahoma has burned some people up. They're sick of hearing even your name. One day, without having to hear that guy's name, would be wonderful. Just one day. One day. Then he's not up here bothering everybody. He doesn't live here. Trying to make up, okay, what's the next cover-up we can arrange? What cover-up what can we do to coerce and push and pressure and duress and stress everybody out? Oh my God. And so you got people praying to God, please, one day, just one day, God, where he's in in Texas, where he lives, bothering the people in his town, and just leave. We finally have one day where we don't have to hear it anymore. No more. So there's that. The provocation is, you invade my privacy, you contact me, and I'm broke. Any one of those three things you do, you're going to have more problems than you will ever be able to resolve. He will fuck you up. That's what he does. He fucks up criminals. He's already done more than you've ever seen in your life. And you act like nothing's happening. We're all like, yeah. He thinks there's a romance. He thinks there's a political vendetta. And he thinks nothing's happening while he runs around going, how did she find out? Doesn't get any more Looney Tune than that. He's about 10 years past a good time for a butterfly net. If ever I've seen one. Yeah. Charles Perry's 10 years past a good time for a butterfly net. If ever I've seen somebody ready for a better butterfly net. This guy right here, she's trying to make a point with him. And she's like, do you like a camera stuck in your face? I got pictures of you. You want me to go get them? Perry's the same thing. I can see you. I'm watching you. I'm going to get you. I made you broke. Why don't you like me? I'm going to take your car. Why don't you like me? I'm like, oh my God. And you can't reason with crazy and you can't fix stupid. And he's living, breathing proof of that.
You feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you feel?
Didn't get the point. has no fucking idea what words mean. Sound familiar?
Scratches? I got scratches.
I can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Monkey, hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I
gonna
don't give a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can bring
Is
the
that
whole
a
fucking
threat?
army. I don't give a fuck.
This make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking...
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk to...
Every day you invade my privacy, every time you contact me, every day I'm broke, we get more intel. The intel will be used to put you in jail. I'm repeating myself again, sir. Why must we all repeat ourselves for you? Over and over and over and over and over. And it's just not clicking for you. Is it? And you want to be governor? You better start acting like you understand what people say. Or you're just not qualified. A monkey could do better. Literally.
Same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
Alright, so explain for the court why you're always in Oklahoma. Tell the court how many different angles you've gone at this. We got to do a second false arrest, and I need my smear campaign, and I need... Oh, he just did it again. He just typed in my other phone, I need my smear campaign. Okay, duly noted. You won't shut up about it. We get it. You've made your point. And I'm not going to lie for you. I'll see you in court.